What's going on, guys? Welcome to Tuesday night. My phone's going to beat this entire live stream. There's a ton of deer out there, and they keep on sending off the notification on my phone. Oh, my goodness. I am so glad to see the people already in here saying hi to one another that have survived the heat wave and all the storms and everything else that has been crazy. So, good to see you, Patty A. First in the house. Debbie Babb, good to see you, my friend. Got a new camp chair, I see. Can you have too many camp chairs? I guess in van life you can. Thrifty Angela in the house. Good to see you. Johnny's Journey. That is my brother from another mother. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Diane Saylor in the house. Good to see you. Floss is in the house. Johnny, how are you doing? My brother from there you go. There you go. Oh, that was me. All right. I think I've got a layer of sawdust on my glasses. I've got this new foundation on that is sawdust, and I'm thinking about marketing it. I just gotta figure out how to package it and label it. Floss is in the house. Good to see you. Guys, Dawn is in the house. Not only is Dawn in the house, but she's in the driveway. And I'll tell you, I thought we were going to lose her yesterday. I thought she was going to beeline it back to Canada. She got a couple of things fixed while she's here. And lucky me, while she was here, her new book launched and it is live on Amazon. And not only is it live, but it is an Amazon sale too, I think. I think I saw that. I hope I'm not discounting books that aren't discounted. But grab your Daphne the Blind Dog series and support one of our friends in the community. Tim Augustine in the house saying hi to everybody. Folk of the Forest, good to see you. Folk of the Forest wants to know, did anyone find any good Amazon Prime sales? Now, I'm gonna tell you this. One of my Lynn, she's gonna come up in September. She wanted a list of all the stuff that she needed, and I was getting that list compiled for her, and only one thing on the entire list was an Amazon flash sale, and that was the Bosch water heater. So if you're looking for a Bosch water heater, they're on Prime sale right now. Let's see here. Julie is in the house. Good to see you, Julie. I'll tell you what, I am on that list. Julie had to get a windshield replaced today. And I don't know about you guys, but come like September, October, I start saving up for a new windshield because I know when I go to Arizona every single year, I come back with a cracked windshield. And like, I feel like I could take every country road to get there, stay away from all the semis, and I would still come back with a cracked windshield. Arizona has not been good to me. I think I've had 3 windshields from Arizona. I got a new camp chair, 40% off. Good deal. Annette Vantese in the house. Good to see you, friend. Sandra K, howdy from steamy Texas. Definitely. Hello, all. Massive storm raging outside, so losing power on and off. I'll tell you what. Kelly called me this morning on her way home from work. It was horrible storming. She actually carpooled with someone, thank goodness, because she doesn't like driving in the rain, and I can vouch for her. It's not safe. She's so scared of driving in the rain. It's not good to have her on the road. So Kara was driving, dropped Kelly off just a couple miles from the house. She said you almost couldn't see. So that storm front is making its way east, and I'm telling you guys, we've talked about this before. It went north of us. I don't know what it is about the location that I'm at, but I'm going to say at least 75%, and it's probably higher, of the storms go north of my shop. I don't know what it is. We did get some rain here today, but nothing like what they got north. Denise and Sean, nice to see you guys in here. Thanks for coming in. Hey, typo. Stay safe, everyone, in the storms out there. I was going to talk about the storms because there's a lot of flooding that's been going on. And up north where I live, there's a ton of flooding. If I wanted to go home right now, I couldn't do it. The street that I live on is a windy country road and windy back road, and it is not open right now. Am I circling the drain? Somebody give me a thumbs up if I'm still good. Although I'm probably not going to see it. Why is it? I don't know what happened. Somebody give me a thumbs up if I'm still good. I feel like maybe I might have cut out. Anyway, the storms have been bad, so glad for you. I think it's catching up now. All right, hopefully I haven't lost you guys. Oh man, I wish I All right, are we back again? Oh no, you're gone. Okay, I on my screen I'm back. Um Now you're lagging. All right, somebody give me a thumbs up again. And there you are. Good, 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 good. Thank you. Thank you guys. All right. So the internet has been a little patchy today. So if it becomes a problem, we'll end the stream. But so far, we're back and hopefully we'll stay back. That's exactly why I keep the YouTube up over here, because I can see myself circling the drain over there. Hopefully. So anyway, hello from Southern Arizona. So what I was going to say is sometimes I'm really really bad about this. I wanted Okay, now I'm not going to be able to find it cuz a whole bunch of messages all came through at once. Somebody was saying hi, and I am not good at pronouncing certain words. And okay, I see Diane in here. You know what? I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it because it'll take me too long to find it. So Nancy Roberts is in the house, and briefly I'm gonna say this. If you guys have any van life questions, please put them in the chat so I can get to those questions. While I'm waiting for that, Nancy came and dropped a van off. Hers is going to be next. Hers is actually the only build I'll have in August, so I'm super pumped about that. But when she came here, she came from California, and just like anybody on the road for 5 days, you get a cooler, you put stuff in it. She got some Starbucks Frappuccinos, and she left 2 of them here. And one day it was really, really hot, and I thought, I'm going to try one of those cold coffees. Okay, so now I'm addicted, which I don't need to be. And they're like $4 a piece. So you're in trouble when you come back to get your van. Definitely the Blind Dog books aren't on sale, but you might as well add them to your Prime Day order. Absolutely, right? Add that to your order. And all the money that you're already saving, you're basically getting the books for free. Wish I had been there. Debbie Conan came down to the shop, had lunch with us, took us out to lunch, actually, had a fabulous visit. And I just love I just love it. Loved seeing her, loved having her down here. Okay. John Claude, you said something, and I'm terrible at pronouncing words, and I assume it's hello. I hate it when I do that. Don't jinx yourself, Johnny. Knock on wood. I know, right? I'm new here. So glad to find your channel, Dale. Thanks for coming in, Dale. Good to see you. It is a great, great community. On Tuesday night, we hang out. We answer van build questions. Sometimes we misbehave. Most of the time, we try to behave. Mo Bang in the house. Good to see you, friend. Check on total glass replacement with $0 deductible. It was only $3 a month more. Oh, I should do that. I am tired of spending $500. I've got a $500 deductible on on my windows. Jackery 1000 with a solar panel is $7.99. Oh no, now you're gone. Okay, so now let me get caught up now. Now you're draining. Okay, now I'm back. Let's get caught up. I can't believe I'm so far behind. Corn Dog is in the house. Linda's in the house. Greeting from Massachusetts. You guys are getting rain up there too, I know. Good evening from Oklahoma. Thanks for coming in, Charlotte. Tommy is in the house. Thanks for coming in. Mocha. That's what it is. That's exactly. So she left it here, and so there was 2 of them. I drank both of them. Then I went home. And when I was on my way back, it was already way too hot for coffee. It was 101 degrees that day. So I stopped in to get gas. So I ran inside and grabbed one. Little did I know there's like 7 choices. So I thought the label was brown. So I got brown and I was dead on. Has anyone tinted the windows ceramic, or would it help the windshield breakage? Les and Bernadette did. I'm going to let them chime in. I know Bernadette is in the house. They did tint their windows on their van. Johnny's Journey, it was such a nice time again. Sorry for staying so long. I know yet. Oh, girl, it was, you know what? Every now and then you need that unexpected day off. And I was happy to take that day off and spend it with you. Gracie is in the house. Good to see you. Naj is in the house saying hi to everybody. Check with State Farm, $100 for window replacement. I have State Farm. They should. Okay, here you go. Ceramic tint will cut the heat even if it's clear. Nice. I need to do that. You're alive. I'm alive. Tint the window blocks so heat, but doesn't affect brakes. Yes, I am live. Just ask away. I, for myself personally, when Deborah says something, you can 99, maybe even 0.9% guarantee that it's right. So if she says it, then we did ceramic and tint. The ceramic keeps 98% of the heat. We love it. There you go. Go Zero 1500X Yeti Power Station, $878. That's probably not a bad price. The Goal Zeros are Bluetooth. The only thing I don't like about the Goal Zero, and they might have changed it, but it's only got the 10 amp plug. If you guys are looking for a battery and you're going to use it in your van build setup, try to get something that doesn't have the 10 amp cigarette lighter port. Look for an Anderson connector, an XT60 connector, or an Aviator connector. Not a build question. How does everyone who does van life single deal with mental health? You know what? That's a really good question. And I'm going to start out by saying everybody deals with emotion different. And in van life, when you're isolated, you need to find ways that are good for your mental health. Like if I was living in a van when I was in West Virginia and I was out there 6 months away from my wife, away from my family, I hiked. You can, if you like to read, make sure you've got something that's got endless audiobooks or like Kindle or a Nook or something. I don't even know if Nook is still a thing. You gotta know what is good for your own mental health. For me, being outside. So that's good for my mental health. If I'm stuck inside and it's 5 days of nothing but rain, I'm going to make sure that I've got, some video editing to do, or maybe a book to read. Maybe I'm with a group and we all play cards or Rummy Cube. But honestly, everybody deals with mental health different. And I would almost say you deal with mental health on the road a lot like you do at home. If you're out is calling a friend and talking to them, or spending time in prayer, or hiking, the same way you do it at home, you do it in van life. Teresa's in the house. Good to see you, Teresa. How's that cargo build doing? Can ceramic tint be put on house windows? I don't see why not. The problem is going to be getting somebody mobile. I don't know if there are mobile ceramic tinting companies. That would be my only guess. Johnny's back. Happy Place Camping is back. Good to see you, my friend. All right. Haha, mental health. I'm too nuts to notice. I may be able to confirm that. Maybe. I would recommend ceramic and tint. Really keeps down the glare. I have very sensitive eyes, and I can actually not wear my sunglasses. I can actually, she doesn't have to wear sunglasses anymore. So that's good. Dogs cure everything. I do believe that having a companion like that on the road is definitely helpful. Hobbies help. Getting some good answers. Good to see you, Kara. Thanks for coming in. I travel with a group. I had more interaction than I do in my sticks and bricks. And I agree with that. And when I go out to like Arizona, I'm surrounded by people. There wouldn't be there. Now, some people don't like that much adrenaline, that much interaction. So sometimes you got to pull yourself away. So Chris is in the house. I am not single, but do therapy and have monthly Zoom appointments with my therapist or as needed. That's a good point, and I appreciate you being confident enough to share that with us. That is, yeah, a Zoom appointment for real. Everything is teleskype now. Teleskype? I think it's teleskype. Never heard of ceramic tint. I got pulled over because my windows were too dark a long time ago. Now that is a thing, and I don't know, like there are certain levels of tint in Missouri that are illegal. I don't think the things that we're talking about are that tinted. I love solitude. Yep. My sister from another mister. Deb Long in the house. Lots of books and crochet and my Dove Rue. I'll have to look that up. Don't know what that is. Lynn is in the house. Finally done shopping. Good to see you, friend. I'm planning on taking my crochet with me. That must be some kind of crochet then. Jock is a soul dog. There you go. Yeah, I think pets are definitely a good way to to have a companion on the road. I love the quiet and outdoors. Yep. Oh, guys. So if you guys are watching this on the replay or you guys are in the chat, I'm going to talk about a few things that I'm working on my current build that I want to share with you guys because like I had a real big Bluetti lesson this week. I wasn't expecting it. And so it is resolved, but these are things that when you guys are planning your build, you really need to think about because as a builder, I'm learning every day too. So when Les and Bernadette were building out their van, we ultimately decided that the best way for them to go would be the Bluetti AC200 Max and then one extra battery. It gives them 5,000 watt hours, 5,100 watt hours of power. Well, so then whenever I got this van pulled in, I was like, we totally need to do the same thing. They're going to go with 2 batteries. That's going to give us 8,000 watt hours because they've got an air conditioner. Well, because the air conditioner was already installed and we thought it didn't have a soft start on it. It was pulling 1,800 watts. I had no idea it pulled 1,800 watts. So instead of telling them what battery to get, before looking at the AC unit and actually powering the AC unit on, now we got a dilemma because you've got a smaller inverter in the AC 200 than you do in the AC 300. So instead of having a 2,000 watt inverter, they could have had a 3,000 watt inverter. Well, when we plug that AC unit in and it's cranking at 1,800 watts, now granted, the van's hot, it's going to crank full power, 1,800. So then we climb up there to do a soft start. It's already got a soft start on it. So we're at 1,800 watts. Well, then you've got a refrigerator that's got dual compressors. So when both compressors are cycling, now you got to add 140 watts to that. So now we're over between lights and toilets and that kind of stuff. We're right at 2000. You don't want to run a constant 2000 on a 2000 watt inverter. So needless to say, we ended up getting the AC 300. So make sure that the inverter and the power supply is going to be enough. We were thinking totally watt hours and should have been thinking about that inverter as well because of that beast of an air conditioner. So I'll tell you, hands down, in van life, staying cool is the number one problem. That has to, it's the number one dilemma, because we just installed a mini split. It runs 600 watts an hour. If you've got 200 amp hours and you've got a 600 watt unit, I'm going to have to do the math real quick, but let me do this math. You can run it for 4 hours on high, full force, 600 watts, 4 hours. Now, hopefully you're getting 600 watts of solar in. He does have 600 watts of solar, but yeah. Can you put a booster inverter on the Bluetti? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. That's a good question. I will look that up. I will look that up. Yes, Jane, I'm so happy to have Johnny do my build. There you go. Now you're talking numbers over my head. Must be getting, she is getting excited. She is getting excited. They are, and so sweet, and family quiet. Family quiet. I missed that comment. So anyway, make sure when you're planning out your build, we talked about making a spreadsheet and putting all your power needs on there. So make sure you put those watts on there too, and make sure you get a big enough inverter, because yeah, you don't want to have an issue with that. I got your email. I opened it up. I haven't gone through the links. It has been a busy week here. It's going to be a busy week this week too. But I will, matter of fact, after the live stream, I will check those links out. Did you guys see? I just saw it. Now, obviously, the things that we research, things get fed to us. So it got fed to me. There is a box that someone created that goes on top of the car. It's real thin. You open it up and a solar panel unfolds from the box. Now, I'm just throwing this out there. That's cool. That is very, very cool. So, because those panels are 35 pounds and they're big, so you got to find a place to store them. So this car it was an SUV. It was a real thin box. It looked like maybe 80/20 extrusion aluminum. It had a lid that popped up. The solar panel unfolded. It was a sweet setup. It was sweet. All the power and all the inverters. Yes. Coming from Cool 65 in Alaska. So cool. I've got 3 friends up in Alaska right now. Stephanie, Patty, and Darcy are all up in Alaska. Just check. Yep. So cool. I can't wait to go to Alaska again. Our van inverter is 2,000, but the Bluetti will be 3,000. So the van will charge faster plugged in a solar than when driving. Is that right? No. The inverter has nothing to do with the input. It has things to do with the output. So the inverter that I'm going to hook up to the battery to charge your Bluetti while you drive is 2,000 watts. So you can charge at like 1,100 watts. You could charge at 1,800. I don't like to do that. I like to dial them down to 10 amps, which is 1,100 watts. Solar, you guys have 400 watts. But the good thing about these battery systems is you can pull 1100 watts on the engine and 400 watts from solar and charge at 1500 watts while you drive. The inverter, the 3000 watt inverter on the Bluetti, is the output. Like if you plug your convection oven in and it pulls 1700 watts, that's going to come off of your 1300 or 3000 watt inverter off your Bluetti. So that is that. Why would you just not mount solar panels on the roof? Because it was an SUV. This person had an SUV, and that is why. And it definitely looks more stealth to have just like a little box up on top of your roof, like a cargo carrier, than actual solar panels mounted on your car. If I was at the Cracker Barrel and I walked by a car that had a black box on top of their car, I would think that's storage. They got a small car, it's storage. You walk by a car that's got 2 solar panels and their windows are all covered, you know somebody's in that car. So it's more stealth if you've got the box than just mounting solar panels. Again, this was an SUV. So definitely if you've got a van, like what I build out, definitely you would just mount the solar panels. Is Bree in Alaska? I have no idea. Tawana's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Good talking to you guys last week. You know what? Hands down, you hear that all the time. The roads are horrible. Yep, roads are horrible. Inverter is power going out to the sources like appliances and outlets. That is a very good way to put it. And a converter is what we're doing. We're taking DC power and converting it to AC power. Hello, I'm just logging in. For anyone looking, Jackery currently has 50% off sales going on now. I don't have any affiliation with them, just FYI. The one thing that I do want to say about Jackery before you guys run out and start checking that out, there are certain things that a Jackery cannot run. One of those things that could be important are diesel heaters. Diesel heaters overamp Jackeries, and it's a known problem. But if you're not running a diesel heater, you got nothing to worry about. I think I want to do a DC to DC charger on the next van. There you go. I have the Bluetti AC200 Max, and I bought that 1000 watt inverter from Harbor Freight to charge while I drive. Was that the right one? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 1000 watt. Because the AC200 Max, the maximum current that you can input into that is 450 AC current. So 450 is the max. You bought 1000 watt inverter. That is perfect. You could have bought a 750. I don't like doing that. There's not a whole lot of difference in size. So then if you've got a little tea kettle that you want to heat coffee up, you can plug that into that same inverter and it's not going to have any problem. I sent you an email with a link for sliding solar panel just for ideas. I got that this morning. I opened it and it's still open on my screen. I do that so then at the end of the day when I'm done working, I can go and research that. A converter takes plug-in power from AC to convert it to 12 volt in your van. No, it does not. That is yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It takes 8. Yes, I said it exactly wrong. A converter takes AC power and changes it to DC. So if you had a full 12 volt system and you wanted to be able to plug into shore power and charge your 12 volt system, your lithium ion batteries, your gel batteries, you need a converter. I said that exactly the opposite. So, let's see here. Didn't know that about Jackery. Yep. Thanks for the info regarding Jackery. Yeah, it's weird. And I'm telling you, the only reason I know that is because it happened. And we reached out to Jackery. It's a known problem. Yep. And it's probably the startup current. Once the heater is done with the startup, it powers down a lot. So like when you first turn one of those heaters on, it may pull 140 watts. Once it's done ramping up, it kind of stabilizes like in the 50s or 60s, depending on how you've got it set. It's that startup that's the killer, just like AC units. That's why they put soft starts on them. Went to Anchorage, Stewart, Homer. We are now heading home. There was a wildfire in Fairbanks, so we couldn't go there. Oh, bummer. Jackery's jacked up. That's right. Good to see you, Crystal. Thanks for coming in. Carolyn in the house. Good to see you. Talk to Lisa. Your friend Lisa is amazing. Guys, I'm going to give you more information when the time comes, but I'm going to be on a podcast for nomads. It's like, sharing with the nomad community on August 21st at 5 p.m. Central. So I'll give you guys more information. I'll give you I'm sure I'll have a link and you guys tune in live because it's going to be cool. She's already asked me a whole bunch of questions and we're going to do that live and it's going to be pretty cool. So Lisa is great. She is great. And I wish I would have built out her van for her. Yep, that would have been cool to help her out. Anyway, okay, so that's that. Oh guys, so what I stopped before talking about it. Let me answer this power question first. What do you do for power if the power stations have to be sent to a company for fixing? Oh my gosh, that's a good question. I always tell everyone that has these systems to have a small backup. Have some kind of backup that they can use. Because a lot of these systems are wanting you to send them back in now. So I always have a small backup system, like a little 1,000-watt inverter or whatever, because most of the problems can be fixed, like resetting the system. A lot of times it can be a user error or the app is not updated. But recently, Bev took her van to get worked on. The battery was plugged in. So she doesn't know what happened, but while it was in the shop, it did quit working. So I put my battery in her van because my van's out here and I used my small backup battery for my van. So she took my big Blue Eddy. And but it's a good question. But most of the people that are on the road that have these, they've got some kind of a small battery for backup. And I always give them a cable. I do now. Some of you guys might be out there on the road without one, but I make a cable that it will go to any battery bank. Never hurts to have a backup to a backup to a backup. Absolutely. August 21st is my birthday. Didn't think I'll be turning into podcasts unless I'm still vanless. There you go. Yep. Figure out your power needs to sustain things like refrigerator, etc., and have a backup that can run them if possible. Absolutely. And honestly, it's the same with the regular system. Every system can fail. So you always need to have a backup. So whether it's your toilet, whether it's your water system, you always have a backup. Everybody that's got a water system, most of them have bottled water in their rig as well. They'll have a gallon jug or something. So every single system can fail, just like in your home. And when something fails at home, go to a friend's house, go to a campground and boondock, moochdock, go to a Harvest Host and get this while you wait for your system to be fixed. All right. Everybody showing her the @ sign. Let's see if it works. It works. It makes it so much easier. Now, Carolyn, if you're on your phone, it won't work. It'll only work on a computer. It's been running my fridge for about 30 hours now, and it's at 87%. Like to hear that. I like to hear that. I like to. When our vans go to the shop, should we turn off our Bluettis? If you don't have anything in the refrigerator, it wouldn't hurt. It really, I'll tell you, you don't have to necessarily. I always say you don't have to turn it off, but I would unplug the solar connection and the and turn off, make sure your shore power is off. So I'm on a computer, but it still doesn't work. It's if you're on a computer and you type the @ sign and the first 2 letters of the person, it should give you a list of people. Like if you put DE, it's going to show like 4 Deborahs. That's how it does. Bev got the Flying Eagle Award, the highest in the Van Nationals. Absolutely. Yep. No space after the @ That's true. Night, Felix. Thanks for checking in. Yep. Yeah, no spaces after the @ sign. Wowza. Yep. Yeah, that was cool. It was a pretty big honor. And if you guys didn't hear, she got toured by another big van company up there. And they do, I guess, a TV thing every year, and they pick 15 vans, and the van got picked as well. So Midwest Van Builders gonna be on the TV. Speaking of backups, is a second alternator necessary? I've heard that tapping the only alternator can cause wear and tear on it when drawing off power or Bluetti or other power banks. Okay, so yes, it wears on it. But here's the thing. I don't know how many amps your alternator is. If it's a 200 amp, maybe you'll be fine. If it's a 150, maybe you might, instead of getting a second one, maybe up it. Here's the thing though. You're getting, it's not that it is wearing it out any faster. It's like a battery. A battery has 2,500 cycles. So your car is going to get 2,500 cycles. If you steal some of those cycles to power your van or your battery while you drive, you're still going to get 2,500 cycles. It's just you're using it at a different rate. So it's not that it's hard on the battery. It's just that it's giving you the 2,500 cycles faster because you're using it for your house as well, to the inside of your van. So if I can have unlimited power from my alternator, and all I got to do is, instead of getting a new battery in 3 years, I got to get a new battery in 2.5 years. I'm okay with that. So, and it's worth it to me to be able to charge while I drive. So, did you see Bev's rims? Super cool. You guys may not have noticed this because you didn't get to see her van as much as I did. But when I had her van, the whole bottom of her van, the whole bottom of all the ProMasters are black. It's a black plastic. Look at her van now. The entire thing is maroon. It's that burgundy red, whatever. It's like a blazing red or something like that. She had her van like coated somehow, like they painted it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying yes to a second alternator. I don't. I hook all my batteries up. All the batteries in these vans are on the inside that I have worked on. I've got my very first van that I'm putting an inverter on that's on the outside. The Transit's underneath the driver's seat. The ProMaster is in the floor in between the driver. It's like by the gas pedal, it's right underneath there, that cap. It's like a big plastic rectangle lid. I hook into the batteries, and I have never had to replace an alternator, knock on wood. Nobody that I have ever worked on their van has ever had to replace an alternator. Now, I've only been doing this since October of 2021. So going on 3 years, but no one, and all the vans that I've worked in, all the inverters that I've installed, and I know you guys are like, oh, well, you've only built out 15 vans. I have worked on a lot of vans. I have put a lot of solar panels up. I've done these inverters. I have done a lot of them. I've got multiple people that have watched my videos that have done it. So, and no one that I know of has ever had to get a new alternator. Just know you might need to replace your battery sooner. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Exactly. So, and it depends on how much you use it. Let your solar do the job. If your solar can't do the job or it's overcast, then let your battery charge it. But to me, to have unlimited power, if I use those 2,500 life cycles in 2.5 years instead of 3 years, I'm okay with that. A new battery is not that expensive for unlimited power. So you go to a campground, you're going to pay $42 for a site with electric. Or if you're, maybe 25, if you're at a, kind of an older site, they don't, so yeah, I wouldn't buy the second alternator unless, how many watts are you pulling? If you're pulling 1,800 watts, you might need an alternator. I don't have anybody out there pulling more than 1,100 watts. For my long trips, I'm happy to have the way to charge my power banks. Absolutely. A second alternator is great if you boondock extensively. For example, I ran my AC 24/7 in 98-degree heat, no shade for 5 days without plugging in. There you go. There you go. I'll tell you, I don't know how many times I've looked up videos on how to wire the inverters to an alternator, and everyone I pull up, it's wired to the battery, not the alternator. It's DC to DC charging, and it's wired to the battery. I'm trying to find one that actually wires it to the alternator, but hey y'all, I'm late. I was fishing, so I have a good, absolutely, like you got a clear pass. State park in Massachusetts with senior discount, $17 a night, right? But still, if you had to buy a new battery and let's just say it's $180, $150, for charging your battery for 2.5 years, do the math. It's worth it. All right, guys, it's 8:42, and shame on me. I have not said thank you to my channel members and my Patreons. Thank you for all the little extra that you do for the channel. It is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And for all you guys in here, all you guys that saw the video that I put up Sunday and didn't put the Patreons and channel members in, sorry about that. How's your sister doing? Is she still in an ambulance? She is still in the ambulance. She's not full-time though. She is at home, and she is with the heat, she has not been out in the ambulance. She hasn't been camping for quite some time. So, Gracie and Jackson Adventure prayers for Mary Jones' friends too. So sorry for your loss. Yeah, guys, Tuesday night, we exited the live stream saying, let's pray for Mary Jones, pray for Dee, pray for Derek and Tanya. Yeah, and it was unbelievable. The very next day we got notified, and it is sad. It is very, very sad. And as a nurse and hearing about it, I hate it. I hate it. And it is tough. It is tough. So we pray for Mary's family. Guys, continue to pray for RV Underway, Ricky and Barbara going through all these cancer treatments. If you guys haven't checked out their channel, they've got their cancer detour videos, and pray for those guys. Pray for Derek, Tanya, Box Van D, who else, Mary Jones, and pray for all the flooding and all the storms. It's just terrible. Gracie, thanks. I'll tell Laura Lee what's she paid for both of us. I missed it. Was there a question about the meetup? If you guys have a question about the meetup, it is September 20th, 21st, and 22nd. It is $60, PayPal or Venmo. Once you sign up and pay, send a request to join 2024 Johnny's Journey Meetup. Send the request in and it will be approved. I just saw a Road Widgets video on the install of a non-roof AC unit in an ambulance. Interesting. Interesting. I'm going to be putting up a video on the mini split. That'll be coming soon. And the van that I'm doing right now, they've got a second bed, and it's going to be 86 inches long, and it's going to pull out as far past 30 inches. The mattress is going to be 30 inches. So a huge second bed. This will be the biggest second bed that I have put in a van. So if you guys are interested in a second bed, make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow along on this Ford Transit build. We are wrapping it up. We're going to have a pickup at the end of the month. I'm just going to throw that out there. So what is a mini split? A mini split is like this. You ever see these units that we mount? There's a part up here, and then there's a part on the outside of the van. So it's 12 volt, and a small unit is on the inside of the van with the blowers and that, the fan blowers, and then the compressor and the refrigerant lines and all that are on the outside of the van. So we just installed one. I will be doing that video. May do that video this Sunday, actually. So I think that one I'll have done edited. So it's going to be cool. Out of all the air conditioners that I have been, that we've talked about, that we've researched, 600 watts is the lowest one that I have seen. Now, mini splits are not heat also. They are just air. Now, Bob Wells did a video on a lady that installed one in the back of her van a year and a half ago. He just did another video with her, Brian did, about 2 weeks ago. He put it up, and she went from 400 amp hours of power to 900. So just like any air conditioner, I mean, they pull power. You got to have the power. So, oh, they said some are. You know what? I'll have to ask Sean. I just assumed it didn't, but it might. Mine does. This one does. It's heat and AC. Oh, I wish Sean was on here. I know he's not. I'm going to ask him real quick. Because that's a good question. I said right away no, and it very well could. Let's see here. Where's Sean at? Here you go. Doing this while I'm talking to you guys. I'm interested to know. Interested to share it with you guys. Let's see here. But it was a pretty easy install. We did my son's HVAC, and we went to see him to get it the line vacuumed and to get the Freon put in, the refrigerant put in, and he didn't have the right connectors. So we did have to take it to an auto mechanic. They did it. It was $155. So, but once you do it, you're good. How much power does it take to run? 600 watts. 600 watts. So it's pretty, you know, it takes a bit of power, but, you know, a third of what some do. So it's still a good deal. Still a good deal. It doesn't look bad on the back of the van. It's really a clean looking install. So, again, I'm going to share that with you guys. And, yeah, mine provides both. Mine, yeah, mine does too. This is a backpack mini split. I bet it does. I bet it does. I said no right away, but I bet it does. Look at Kelly. Look at Kelly calling me when I'm on my live stream. Is our house flooded? Yeah, I'll call you back in 10 minutes. Bye. I forgot it was Tuesday. Vanderella's in trouble, everybody. That's cool. How much power? Okay, good. Getting giddy on that. Yep. Oh my goodness. Now she'll probably get on here. Hey guys. Technology, things are getting better and better. They are. They're getting better and better. They are. And that's the thing. You know, look how much we paid for the Bluetti 3 years ago. I know people that paid $3,200 for a Bluetti, and now they're $1,900. And the reason why is because, you know, technology, everything is getting faster, everything is getting easier. Vanderella's laughing. So Vanderella, Old M is flooded. So don't plan on going anywhere. Check out the Mayfield Farms Facebook group. The pictures are pretty impressive. So not going anywhere. Oh no, that is right. Oh no. And we had very little rain here. Very little rain. It was like just a little shower. So, any other questions? I think I wrote some notes down. Yep. And guys, power banks, the battery setups. If you guys are in an area where you're having trouble keeping your system cool, make sure that you have extra fuses on hand. Make sure that you're checking those connections. Make sure you're checking the wires. You know, get a little heat gun. Make sure your wires, you know, make sure that you're not overheating. Don't hesitate to, if you've got your batteries in a bench, lift that lid up. Let those batteries breathe. When it's 114 degrees outside and those batteries are in a cabinet underneath your bed, make sure you've got good ventilation. So, what's your PayPal? I need to send you money for meetup. It's in every one of my videos. My PayPal's in every one of my videos. If I can figure it out. Which Bluetti do you have? I'm looking for that at the AC 180. Is that a good one? It is. I would get the AC 200 Max. It's got more power. It's got Bluetooth. I just like it better. I like the, if you can, it's on sale today for $1,000. $1,100, I think. If you can swing the AC 200 Max, that's my favorite right now. And then if you need a bigger system, like I said, if you've got an air conditioner, or if you're planning on any kind of air conditioner, even if it's just to run it for an hour while you run into a store and your doggy's inside the van, you got to have something massive. You got to have, like that lady, she went up 900 amp hours of battery. Do you know how much 900 amp hours of battery is? That is a massive setup. You know, and that's a mini split. So I would think you would need a bigger one. Tommy would. That's not, yeah, backup unit. Yeah, you could probably do the 180. But if you're wanting to run your mini split on it, you know, you're going to need something bigger. But to power all your other needs, you could do a backup. just make sure you could do it. You could do a 180. Just make sure that you use 12 gauge wire or higher, but you're going to need a cigarette lighter adapter. So 12 gauge is all you're going to be able to do. And you can order them. A 12 gauge cigarette lighter adapter, put your O-rings on it and have it ready just in case you have a power outage. You can hook your 12 volt fuse block up to that battery. You got to have a cord ready, or there's no point in having a backup battery. My 180 is Bluetooth, but wish I had got the 200. There you go. There you go. You know, I've got the AC 200 and it's not Bluetooth. So some of the older batteries are not Bluetooth. The one battery, guys, that I'm going to tell you not to get, because it's a 48 volt system, is the 200L. Do not get the Bluetti 200L if you're looking for a backup battery to run your system, or honestly, van life. We had to get another system that somebody else told me about to go with that Bluetti to make it run. So it's a 48 volt system. And I even emailed Bluetti about it. Like people that don't know what they're doing with electric, they're going to get that battery. They're going to be PO'd when they got to send it back and order a new one because they don't have a 48 volt system. Or they're going to plug something into that 48 volt system and they're going to melt their lights. You can't plug a 12 volt cord into a 24 volt socket. It will melt. It will melt your system. And it will, I mean, it could cause a fire. It's going to make you, ask me how I know, it's going to make your puck light smoke. And the next thing after smoke is fire. I got a tent and a cot for you. Yay. Why does she need a tent and a cot? She's got a place to stay at the meetup. Why is Bluetti on Prime Day? Bluetti has Prime Day specials. Just go to the Bluetti site. And if you want a link, grab a link out of one of my videos. Oh, wait a minute. I've got an affiliate link in one of my videos. If you're looking for a Bluetti and you're going to buy one, if you want, send me an email. I'm going to send you my affiliate link, and I would really, 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 really appreciate you using my link. Desert Deb in at the last minute. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. Volts times amps. Watts equals volts times amps. The 600 watts we're talking about would be 50 amps at 12 volts. But yes, but you can run, yes. Yeah, and that's why, like that mini split, it's it runs at 30 or 20 to 60 amps, but and so Sean was like, you know, could I use a backup battery to run my mini split? You can't, because all these batteries are 30 amp. So not gonna work. So brain hurting again. Sorry. Yup. Yeah, sometimes talking about the power is painful, but you know, it's good to know. It's good to know. Let's see here. Oh, all right, guys. Wow. If you need some kind of AC when I build out the van, I'll only have a laptop. Wait a minute. I'm going to wait till it comes on this one. I'll need some kind of AC when I build out the van. I'll only have a laptop, small cooler. Any idea which model Bluetti will be sufficient? An AC unit, I mean, no matter what battery you get, you know, you're only going to be able to run it for 6 to 8 hours. And then your entire battery system is going to be dead. If you want an AC unit, you really need to plan on being on shore power, mooch stocking at a friend's house when it's 100 degrees outside. If you're going to get an AC unit, an air conditioning unit, you're going to need the Bluetti AC 300 and a minimum of 2 batteries, And don't beat me when 5 hours later, your battery is dead. And then it's going to take, 2 hours to charge it back up if both batteries are dead. How are you? when I bought my Blue Eddy on Prime Day, it dropped another $200 after Prime Day. That's crazy. That's crazy. You just can't figure those people out, I'll tell you. You can't figure them out. Gary, good to see you coming in there, friend. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I'm still fighting with a project out in the shop. Trying to get this twin bed to glide real smooth so it can go to the painting station. So I'm going to go wrap that up as soon as I read Mike's email. Guys, have a safe week. Have fun out there. Be safe. I'm supposed to get my 280 amp hour Redodo on Thursday. They reached out to me for a battery. The only thing is the only thing that I've got here that I run that battery off of is a small fan for my water pump outside. So I never emailed them back yet. So yeah, that's tough. Amazing live. Thanks, Kara. Thank you so much for that. Guys, be safe out there. For those prayer warriors, make sure you're praying for Dee and Derek and Mary Jones' family, Barbara, Ricky, and all the flood victims. I'm mooch stocking here, the Irish Inn, Hood River. Fun. All right, guys, take care. Patreons, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Be safe out there, guys.